Okay, so here we are headed into round one. Coachjbkay back with you for round one of this 8-4. And we'll see what we've got going on. I think Soulbush1 is from seemsgoodmagicvids.com. He's got some skills. Let's go ahead and see. Let's put his skills to the test, maybe. Okay. Alright, this looks pretty good, and we can definitely start with this. Our late game looks a little different from our early game as we want to gradually clear. Keep. And he's running green. Don't have a lot of guys with big butts, so that could be a problem if our bounce doesn't play out like we'd like it to. So he's running green-blue. And we're going to go ahead and show our blue. Run in with the Butcher Ghoul. Don't mind blocking with him. Okay, just going to have his Borderland Ranger. He's running 4 colors. Wow, nice. Okay, here I'd like to go ahead and just get the Latch Seeker online. And we'll hold the Butcher Ghoul back for blocking purposes. I don't want to misdraven this clearly because he's just going to pull more land out. He may even be running Wooburg, so don't want anything to do with that. We do give him a threat here. We put a little bit of a clock on him early. Have to watch out for the Righteous Blow. And he may just take care of the issue here. Okay, he's clearly got something he wants to play out. So showing 4 possible colors. If he plays another land, it's 5, or another island rather. Or actually another land. Let's see what he's got on tap for us here. What kind of threat he's going to put out. Alright, another Borderland Ranger. He's going to have a lot of land. He's got consistent draw, that's for certain here. See if he swings in with the Ranger. Yep. That's fine, we'll just block him out. It's interesting that he played that pre-combat. Okay, so here we'll just swing in with the Latch Seeker. And drop the Fiend, and hopefully we find something to misdraven that's nice and fat. He can clear our board here, or even retain, but it'll clear his board as well. He could maybe retain some things. I'm not really super keen on giving up both, as he might have a Righteous Blow. He's probably saving that for our Latch Seeker though, which is fine. But we are playing loner strategy here, so we'll go ahead and just block out. Maybe we block with the Butcher Ghoul here and see if he drops something big, in which case we can attack. I think maybe also we just take 4 and see if we can swing back in for a good solid number. We do have some cards that grant us lifelink, so let's see. Blocking out here and here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take 4. Let's see what he drops for defense. We're probably going to bounce it no matter what it is. Got Strappers, okay. So we've got our connoisseur. Gonna go ahead and play out our black. Swing in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing in for 8, bring him to 9. He brings us to 12. Let's go ahead and do that. It does force him to have to go ahead and get in a good swing. And here we are now. Got a lot of cards in his hand. Do have the advantage by a little bit. So he's probably, he's going to go ahead and play out his Geist Trappers again. Okay. He's going to swing in for 4. No. Not going to swing in. Okay, let's see. We can almost play out everything in our hand. Let's go ahead and swing. Just going to swing with the Latch Seeker again, but going to play our Connoisseur free combat so that if something happens to him, we can just sack him instead of losing him completely. And here we will go ahead and just play out the Butcher Ghoul. So this looks pretty good for us unless he draws an answer for our Latch Seeker. Maybe he's got bounce. I mean, he's got 5 cards in his hand. He's about to have 6. He's apparently got to play. Okay, Triumph. Might be playing something. Free combat here. All we've got is a swamp. So if we swing in, we're going to get 3 blocks. 1, 2, and probably 3. So we're not going to swing in. We're going to swing in with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's going to block everybody. Okay, let's just swing in with the Latch Seeker and see if we can get him. I like having the Soul Cage Fiend. If he's got an answer here for our Latch Seeker, we encounter a rougher time of it, but I think we're in a good spot. And I am going to kind of play conservatively. There's no reason to swing in with a bunch of 1/1s. We can cast the Geist and go ahead. And he's got any number of things he could do here, but it probably has to be a Righteous Blow, which is not ideal, but it's okay. I didn't put in the Essence Harvest in our draft. I think that might be a good strategy against him. We don't have any artifact or enchantment hate either, so. Alright, so we're just waiting on our opponent here. And I think that here we're just going to go ahead and swing with the Latch Seeker. See if we can. I mean, he's got to trade out with a lot of guys, so he might have a Resto Angel, which would be fine, but let's just go ahead and attack with a Latch Seeker and see what we run into. Okay, he's got to play. Let's see what it is. Gonna peel. Yeah, and that works. That works okay with us. We're not gonna sack there, so we'll just play it again. Go ahead and play out both our guys here. And just see if he comes up with an answer. I mean, I'm sure he's got something. He may just scoop. He's running a lot of colors though, so hopefully that will give him some trouble down the line. It's impressive though. I haven't seen 5 colors in a deck in quite a while. Okay, so he just scooped on that one. Let's see if we can sideboard anything that works, since we know what he's using here. I wouldn't mind using Appetite for Brains. I'm not sure its peel is looking a little worse for us because of his guys that come into play with effects. So I think we could probably use an Appetite for Brains and hope to catch him with some big fatty that we need to pull. And see, otherwise, Grave Exchange is fine. I don't really want to get slower against this deck. Necrobite actually would be surprisingly good with the Butcher Ghoul. But I think we've got enough removal. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and submit and roll into the second game and see what we can do. Alright guys, hold on for just a second. Alright, so here's our opening hand. It does give us the turn 3 Latch Seeker, so I don't think we mulligan this. And it gives us a little early. He's going to mulligan to 5, that's brutal. But with his Borderland Ranger in hand, he can work that out pretty well. And this works out really great for us, so we're going to go ahead and do Appetite for Brains and just look at his hand and grab his Amass. So that's pretty good. He's got a lot of land and appeal, so he's got to put a creature down. And we end up with Homicidal Seclusion. Okay, go ahead and swing in for 1. I could have waited to play the Butcher Ghoul and just try and get Latch Seeker online with Homicidal Seclusion. Let's see what he's got. He's got a Deathwind for 1, looks like. Okay, and that's alright. Not the best ever, but alright, that works pretty well for us. So let's go ahead and strap on the Seclusion. Still nothing decent working here. Go ahead and play our Swamp. Really don't want to play another card if we don't have to. He's going to draw. See if he can draw an answer. We'll just swing and gain our life here. We don't want him to have access to the peel, if possible. And we'll play our land. This looks pretty good so far. He can Borderland Ranger us and peel. So he'll try to slow us down a little bit here. I think if he does that, we play the Drake and swing in for flying. Okay, we don't want to mess up our strategy here. He is struggling to get creatures on the board with a mold of 5. So we draw a land. Okay, so I think here we just swing in. And I think we go ahead and play Bone Splinters just because we've seen his hand. And we don't want him to have enough creatures to keep up with us. See, if he's got a low drop, he can peel us here. He's at 1, and we're just going to hold our land. Okay, so we won. Just wish him good game. And move on to round 2, which is pretty tough, typically in an 8-4, but let's go ahead and just stop the recording. As always, please subscribe to the channel. We did get past Seems Good Magic in round 1. Now, who is left in round 2 will be the question. That game was not a good indication, I don't think, of the kind of situations you run into. He was trying to run a lot of colors, and I'm sure he had some bombs, but apparently he just didn't draw them. So, good game to Josh, and this is Josh saying I will see you in round 2.